directly. So they're doing a lot of improvements here. You know, the way the apps download has been improved. Windows Update has been overhauled too, the way it downloads. Now it doesn't need to download the entire update. It only downloads the difference between what's on your computer already and what is in the update. So if it's redundant, it doesn't download that. On top of it, it installs in the background much like a smartphone does with a parallel install, so that when it reboots the computer, you're basically just swapping out one partition for the other, and then you're just back into it. So you're not going to have like 10 minutes of updates going on. So there's a lot of architectural changes here, getting Android apps to run, which I'm still skeptical of how useful they're going to be.
That was supposed to come with Windows 11, but is delayed.
It got pushed back. Yeah. But the idea of running Android apps, Linux apps, PWAs, Win32, UWP, like you can just run it all side by side, and it's going to be a seamless experience. Like, what operating system does that today? I think it's a very significant change both in philosophy and the architecture of what Windows 11 is. I think a lot of people sort of just, they focus on just, the taskbar looks new, and it's like, there's a lot more going on here.
I think a lot of more sophisticated users are very aware of how containers have changed how we use computers, where the operating system really is just a holder for whatever you want to do. And it sounds like Microsoft is very aware of this. They, with Hyper-V and so forth, they've been very aware of virtualization. They're very aware of Docker and other container technologies. It actually makes sense for Microsoft to say, hey, we're kind of platform agnostic. We're just the floor that you put stuff on top of. And that's actually a smart move for Microsoft. I think that's very interesting. Dan, do you imagine Apple? I don't. It's interesting because Apple's Mac. No, the answer is no. Apple's Mac store is much more like that. It's much more like a package manager. On the other hand, the App Store on iOS is all about revenue. That's in fact Apple's future in terms of revenue.
That's where, they make so much money, and I don't know enough about the Microsoft end of things to know, was that perhaps not performing as a revenue source?
I'll guarantee you, it was not.
There's an advantage to them 50 years, right? Exactly. For Apple, there's so much revenue that comes in via, especially the iOS App Store, that trying to shift stuff in that direction, I don't think really behooves them in any way, but, that is the subject of contention in many different places right now.
What is Apple's
kind of shake out?
Do you know what Apple's attitude towards Homebrew is? That's a third-party command line app that lets you install many command line and actually, to be fair, GUI apps. Almost, I think, all serious Mac users use some form of package manager.